Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope y'all all feeling amazing today. Now, as you see, I know that y'all are aware of the differences, and the reason why I have it different. Because today I just decided I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop. Like long ago, I stopped trying to dress up like society depicted me to dress, or like how the people I hang around, dressed. We all dress the same, but I decided to dress different now. And now, which let's see. And now, like first I had the bun in, and usually I wouldn't have the bun in because I'd have the braids in. But it's nothing. It's not a style that I just want to try. It's because I want to get close. Now, when I say closer to my natural self, I don't mean what other people mean. When I say closer to my natural self, I mean what God made me to be. So, like, if I, like, usually I wouldn't have my hair out because I would think that a little weird. Because, like, the people I would hang around, they wouldn't have their hair out. And, like, my society and the people, some of the men in my life that I knew, not like people around my age, like men that are older than me, let's say 40s, 50s. They're like, hey, what you doing with all that hair? What you doing? But because they weren't raised up to do it like that, because they were robots. Their mindset was like a robot. They do as told, dress a certain way so you get this job, etc. They had no choice. I understand, but you also have freedom over yourself. But what I have is the freedom to dress how I feel, put my hair a certain way. 'Cause I remember there were laws back then when certain when women, African Americans, African or African American, however you would like to say it, wouldn't be able to have their hair out. And now I have the rights to have my hair out, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. But how I want to say this is be yourself, be who God wants you to be, because you're going to get to a realization like, hey, these people don't really care about me. that's what you are going to say to yourself because it's the truth. They don't care about you. You go to jail, they don't care about you. To prison, they don't care about you. Go to the county, they don't care about you. To the cell, they don't care about you. If you die, they'll care about you for a week, for some weeks, a couple months. For the people that genuinely care about you, they'll live through you through your actions. I will give that, but I just decided to be myself. I was like, hey, I'm going full myself mode. Full myself mode. Hey, I was wondering how this was gonna fit in here. You see, I was wondering how it's gonna fit in here. I didn't care. I made a way. I made a way with it. That's all you can do. Just be your natural self. That you see, like natural self. I mean, be your true self. Like I no, be your true self before society inflicted things amongst you, and people in your family or your household inflicted things amongst you. I'm living like a child now. Child not meaning I have a child mentality. A child meaning I dream how I must dream. So since I dream, I set goals, and since I set goals, I set action steps to make it become reality. Because I had dreams when I was a kid, and I have dreams now. And so, like for example, a kid dress how he want to dress. I dress like how I want to dress. And like for a kid, they don't care about the hair. So I was like, all right, boom. That's all I want to say. That's not part of the topic, but I just want to give y'all some things to say. Be yourself. But all right, today when this releases, it'll be the 31st. That means it's New Year's Eve. That means get like, do you understand? The reason why I'm so happy is because I understand that I'm gonna have so much growth and development amongst myself, and I pray that I inspire others to have growth and not only inspire but to change themselves. I can empower them to change themselves and to do the same thing that I'm doing, that I will do unto them. That's why I want. That's why I want to get with this. It's the 31st. It's going to be the 31st when this releases. Therefore, you should be hype about the next year. Not only because it's new year, new me. Because a lot of people say that. People in my family, people in my household used to say that all the time. oh 2021, I mean, oh 2018, 2017, 2016, whatever year, they'll say, oh, new year, new me, knowing darn well you used to act the same. And your attitude just got stronger, your tone just got stronger. You fiend you fiended for attention more and for control more. That's all it really was. I want this year, I want 2022 to actually be an impact. You see my goals over here, you can't really see the whole thing. You see one, you see their joy, I call it, look, I put Joy Ride January 2022 part 1 because I have two sections. The first one, mental, spiritual, fitness, and business. The other one, motivational, relationship, and self treatment. Self treatment, I won't really put my all into it because I don't necessarily need self treatment all the time. Then I have one up here that y'all cannot see and will not see. Y'all gonna see it time to time, but it's called my exponential goals of 2022. It has all my goals all there. Hope y'all doing amazing though. This topic is called rejection is direction. Rejection is direction. I'm not talking about relationships, but if you want to, I can include relationships for y'all if y'all want me to. All right, so let's say let's say you have a job that you're trying to pursue. Let's say you went on Indeed or one of those job searches, and you do all these jobs. You apply for all of these jobs. For example, I was applying for a credit union. I had met the criteria. They seemed to have plenty of interest in me in the interview, and then a week later they said it was a tie, and they chose the person with the best experience. I was stressed out for a little, and then I had a spiritual battle after that. The whole day was just stressful, but now I realize I want y'all to pay close attention. The reason why that rejection was in my direction because back then I did not plan on making a business. When I was applying for that job, I didn't plan on being. I just planned on making money, put into the stock market, invest in Bitcoin. That's all. All right, those were man-made. Those man-made profits. Those are all right. But then I realized why I went jobless for so long. It was for so long. August, September, October, November finally came around. That's about 4 months when I had got me a new job. And I'm glad for this new job because I meet with people, I network with people, I make sure people have a great day. I compliment others. I do the little thing with the little kids with the toddlers. I play around with the toddlers too, and I'm basically able to groove with the people, and while giving my business cards at the same time, because through my actions I'm showing who I am, and actually through my actions I'm showing Christ. Because nobody will ever see me act out anymore. There was somebody there. I'm not gonna say her name, but she came up to me. She didn't know I worked there, but let's see how to say it. How this went was she had seen me in school before. We were good friends in ninth grade, but we became distant. No problem. What happened was she was like, "Matt, is that you?" I was like, "Yeah, it's me. Hey, how you doing?" Then she was like, "Hey, I'm doing good. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my gosh, you've grown up. You're taller. You're more built. Oh my gosh, your hair's gotten bigger." And I was like, "Yes." And then I was like, "And I've changed. I changed December 5th." Then she was like, "Whoa, my gosh, I'm so proud of you. What?" Like that gives me joy in my heart when people are glad that I've changed, because that shows how far I've came, but it's how far I am now. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm glad you changed because you were wildin'." That's how she said it. She was like, "You were wildin'." And then I was like, "Say it." Cause I was wilding in school, and I shouldn't have been acting like a fool. My mama kept on getting on to me about my grades and the people I hung out with, when she shouldn't have when she shouldn't have needed the chance to even talk about it. But yet I was still being bad. So rejection is direction when it comes to finance. We're talking about relationship. Rejection is also direction, because you can have all the you can have all the things that a woman need, or for the woman you can have all the things that a man need. And let's say they cheat, they flip, they manipulate, or they start being manipulators. Then you start to leave. Then you decide to know better. That's their body rejecting you. So by them manipulating, they're rejecting how you feel. They're rejecting your morals. They reject how you feel. Now you reject being now. Now see what happens is they naturally reject you, and since they rejected you, they was like you're like, all right, we're gonna go to a different direction. Let's steer this boat. Let's steer the boat. Let's go to a new direction. Next, you know, the Lord gives you somebody who's faithful, who respects you, who treats you royal, who steers you in the right direction, who brings you closer to God, who allows you to understand principles, understands your perspective. Rejection leads to direction. Oops. With rejection, with family members, they treat you like an outcast. Next thing you know, you get saved. Then all of a sudden, you got friends and you got siblings in the body of Christ. So therefore, by them rejecting you, that leads you to a different direction. You tend and in all means necessary, you need rejection. There's no way you can be successful in the Lord, successful with business, successful with yourself if you don't reject. If if I did not reject the flesh, I would not have direction to Christ. If I did not reject other people in the past, I would not have direction to the wonderful lady that I have in my life. If I did not reject wanting to buy everything, I wouldn't have a direction to be able to invest and save for future. If I didn't get rejected for that job, I wouldn't have been doing this. If I didn't have if I it's like if I didn't have rejection for the food that I love to eat, I wouldn't have the direction of being a fitness advisor and dietary advisor. It all depends on what you do, all depends on how you act. But I'm just gonna say the truth. Those weren't even all any of the points from rejection as direction. That was honestly an intro. And that intro almost took half the video. But look, I'm going to get to explaining, alright. Number one, it enhances your passion. So I know when y'all get rejected, you like, all right, I'm gonna show you. Somebody break your heart, you like, all right, I'm gonna show you. You okay, so you live your life, and next thing you know, you start doing all this fitness. Next thing you know, you start enhancing your mentality. But dang, but you wanna know what happens? Tell me, guys, what happened? Your only motive is to prove that they shouldn't have did you wrong. All right, so once they are over you, once they stop trying to get you back, once you are over them, then what happens? Does your ambition starts there? Does your ambition stops there? Does your passion stop there? Because if your passion stops there, then therefore you have no you will not have your drive. You won't be driven by passion. You won't be as passionate to be able to reach the finish line of success, to reach the last ladder. So that's why you cannot keep your stride, your passion, your ambition based off of people in that terms. Now let's say there's something in your that your family needs. Let's say they ain't never had a house before. All right, work hard to get them a house. Then once to get them a house, all right, work hard for the children. All right, once you understand that when you have children and you want a better life for them, all right, not work hard for them, work, work progressively for them. And then let's see, you don't want your mama, you want your mama to retire early. All right, so now I gotta grind hard to make sure my mama retire early. I want to make sure she doesn't work again. Blase, blase. Then that's when that drive comes out of you, because my drive is from my mama. My drive, that's mainly my drive because I'm going to retire her early. You hear me prophesying? It's a I'm a prophesy. I'm going to retire her early. Any means necessary, whatever it takes, in a positive, in a positive following of Christ type of way. I will make sure that she is retired, and I want to make sure that my children do not feel like I want no, let's say that I want my kids to feel loved. I want to give them my time. So I'm working hard to get the financial freedom that they deserve, so that they can be able to spend time with me. If I have an event or a host, I could book them a hotel. We could all book a hotel. Then when it's time for me to do my thing, time for me to do my thing. If they want to come, if they're old enough to come, I will let them come. But if not, they'll get a hotel. They'll stay with the mama. They'll stay with the mother, because yes, I don't settle as baby mamas. I don't do that. So yeah, there you go. No offense, I can't just settle for that. I'm not a dude that would like to walk away. That'll also go against all of my morals too, because I've always wanted to do that. When I say I always wanted to do that, I mean I always want to be there to support my kids. I always want to be there to provide for them. I always want to be there to nurture for them. I always want to be there to support them. I always want to be there for all of their needs. I always want to teach them about the good things of the world and not just the bad, because I was always taught about the bad of the world and not the good. So that's why it was inflicted on me that this world is so cruel and etc. etc. But although the world is cruel, there are some good people. But I was never necessarily taught that when I was younger, because my mother was just trying to prepare me. But although I do not blame her, but I wish that I would have knew that there were good people in the world, because when I did not know that there were any good individuals in the world, like whether there were nobody, no people were superb. Like there are no superb people in this world. So therefore, I was like, all right, gotta put my wall up, put my good up. Don't let people know how I feel. There is no flight. There's straight fight. It's barked back. But then I had to realize, I was like, man, there are good people in the world. Everybody does not deserve your energy, your attention. God gave us energy in our soul, and He wants us to use it wisely. Because remember, then like nowadays, I remember, like, I don't care about the title that I have. Although I'm not a household name just yet, and amongst the United States and international. But how can I say this? It's not the title. It's how I am the example of Christ. So since I am an example of Christ, I gotta move certain ways. So if somebody catch an attitude, I'm like, now would Jesus catch an attitude back? Although my own self would be like, oh, we're catching the straight attitude, we might fight. But no, I can't do that. I have to kick that to the side, kick it to the boot. I have to kick it to the boot. I want y'all to be able to kick it to the boot, because you have people depending on you, and in my mind I'm like, okay, what if I go to prison? What if I go to jail? I won't be able to leave. My mom won't. My mom might be disappointed that I went to jail. But although like, look, I will only go to prison if I'm protecting my family. That's the only way. That's the only way. And if the Lord wants to use me going to prison as a trial for me to enhance myself, then let it be for His glory. But I know I get off topic. That's what I love to do. But yeah, there's just things that enhance your passion. Like rejection just enhances my passion. When I get rejected from that bank, it enhanced my passion. I'm glad that it enhanced my passion, because I record. Well, now I'm deliberate 30 minutes out of the day. Guys, I post 3 hours of content each week. Let's see, let's count, alright? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 hours. 3 hours of content being uploaded every week. Every week. Like, I mean, I'm amazed by it. I don't know if y'all are amazed by it, but I'm amazed by it. But I know the people that really listen to me and who need this, they are proud. They are glad. They are glad that they get this because I'm so powerful with my stuff. I'm passionate. That's the thing. You also gotta be passionate. You gotta be passionate with yourself. You have to become. You gotta believe that you are compelling to everybody. Like you gotta believe that your words are compelling in such a major way that they are compelling. Okay, that they are compelling in such a major way that you don't care what any haters say. You don't. It's like if a person that's lower than me says, "Hey, you know the regular, hey, you're trash, hey, hey, God isn't real. How do you know God is real?" I'm an atheist. Let's say no, not me. I'm talking about them. Let's say if they say that, oh, I'm an atheist and I don't believe in your stuff. Your stuff is all fake. I can prove that Jesus is real, and I can prove that God is real, but is it even worth it? You can try and prove it a little bit, but if they still do not want to listen, you can let it be. You tried it, but once it gets to the part where you get stirred up, stop. You're losing your peace all over somebody who chooses not to believe in the Lord and who will go to hell either way if they choose not to believe in the Lord. Now if they repent, then you know God's grace will put them to heaven. Although they might be in the lower parts of heaven, because there are different areas like for heaven. That's why it's called the heavens, because it's one big heaven, but it's in categories. So they might be in the lowest tier because they barely survived by God's grace. But I'm not the one to judge because I love all people. I care for all people. I can't say I love all people, but I actually know I do love all people. Cause I don't judge. I care for all people, and because in the commandments it says, "Love thy neighbor." I don't put people to shame. I don't disrespect people. I don't make fun of people. I'm kind to everybody, wholehearted to everybody. I'm nice to people, so therefore I do love y'all. It's just to the fact what my society or our society, it's like they think love is just a relationship thing, just like you have to be intimate in order to say love. No, you can love your neighbor. I can love this neighbor. I can love this neighbor. It doesn't have. It's not in an intimate way. Of course not. Love can mean you care for somebody. Basically, you do everything that the spirit is desired to do. That shows that you love them. That shows that you love them. It doesn't have to be what society portrays it as. That was the society part leaving out of me. That saying I care. No, I love everybody. And if you say that you love everybody and your companion starts to feel the type of way, oh, so you say you, oh, say, oh, so you love, you say you love me, but you saying you love them. If they are not mature enough to understand the difference, just pray for them. I'm not gonna say lead them. I'm just gonna say pray for them. And if if you have a boyfriend and he's like, man, shoot, you tripping? I'm the only person that you're supposed to love. Yeah, in an intimate way, but don't forget, women, you're able to love others, able to treat others kind. If they're insecure about that, that's on their own. Men, if she's insecure about that, that's on their own. Y'all should pray together if one another is insecure. Not bring everybody down. or say what can I do to make you less insecure? Or what can I do to make you not insecure? Although it might not work within months, you showing that you're trying. And I know I just made this to like a relationship. I'm giving y'all too much. Anyways, yeah, like I said, it enhances your passion. I believe I should not get to the second topic because I had a long introduction. I was talking about the rejection is direction, although it was the title, not the subtitle, or no, it was the topic, not the subtitle. But it's all right because I love giving y'all the words that y'all deserve. Cause like I said, y'all deserve it. Don't y'all? Y'all believe y'all deserve this, right? Cause I believe that y'all deserve this, and even more, God deserves. God deserves for us to work in His name, to work in His strength and His glory and His mercy, because it endures forever. His mercy endures forever. Because if it wasn't for His mercy, I wouldn't be here. But like, I can see, I just love talking. I love talking. Now, if I was in corporate, I'll do ABC. But with y'all, y'all deserve it all. Y'all deserve it all. Empower and encourage. I don't limit how I give the word. I give it straight how I should say it, not how I want to say it. How I should say it. Enhance your passion. This video might be a little short, and I'm just letting y'all know. I just really want to talk about the last minutes. I want to talk about the new year. There's no point in saying Happy New Year's if you're going to be with the same people, same mindset. You plan on living in the same apartment, and it's okay if you live in an apartment. The thing is, I'm not saying you have to move out in 2022. What I'm saying is you plan to stay in that same spot. You cannot plan to stay in that same spot unless you are in the presence of the Lord, like a different type of presence of the Lord, like the Mount Sinai, Moses, and the Lord type of presence with God. Like if you just sitting there like, hey, I don't want no, let's save. No, I'm good. No, you have to want it. So I wasn't saying that you shouldn't live in the same apartment, but what I'm referring to is that you should have the desire to be able to expand your residential area, be able to extend with real estate, be able to extend your mentality, extend your relationship, extend who you hang around, or if you need to cut off a relationship, cut off friends, cut off a mentality, cut off certain food, enhance discipline, enhance with a better person, enhance with a better accountability partner, enhance with better food such as protein, carbs, and vegetables instead of all of that junk food, instead of 500 calories of junk food a day. Yes, that's right, I said it. For the people who eat fast food a lot, for the people who eat junk food a lot. Yes, I said it. But it's alright. Y'all have this year to improve. You might not get it right January, you might not get it right February, not even March, probably not even April. But you could get it right in June, which would be 6 months from now. You can get it right in June. You hear me? Like you will get it right in June. Or less. Or if it takes longer, that's alright. Because really, it seems like you're not getting the results, but you're really getting the mentality. You're getting the strength that you need before you get the results. I don't get major results because I'm being strengthened, I'm being molded. And you need to work. You have to work on your craft, work on your grind, discipline, work on your gear. Before, let's see, you have to work on that before you try and, let's see, how can I say this? Before you try and jump to the results, you have to change it. But I've noticed a lot of things about my mentality. Oh yes, I have. I've noticed a huge change. It might not be much profit as I want, as I desire it to be, but it's a huge change. And I don't live my life around money. I live a life around spirit and value. Oh dang! I'm looking at the time. It's about to be 30 minutes right now. Three, two, one, boom. Dang, 30 minutes right there. I know I just wasted 3 seconds. That's bad that I just wasted 3 seconds. And now I'm trying to gain it back. See, look, I'm trying to gain it back. It's 30 minutes and 30 minutes and 11 and 12 seconds. See, I'm trying to gain it back. Those 3 seconds that I lost, that's how y'all understand that I'm not a person who likes to waste time. But alright, I hope y'all have a blessed day. Don't forget to make the change. Write it down, write on your goals, post it on your walls. But do it on a picture. You could do it. You could write it down. Take a screenshot, then print it out if you want to. Hope you all have a blessed day, and don't forget God loves you.